Hey everyone, thanks for coming. Um, if you're new here, I'm Dave. This is Repairs Rule. If you're not new, you're returning. Thanks, I appreciate you, and welcome back. Um, I wanted to talk this evening about um, just some different things that I've been thinking about and considering about retirement. I know a lot of my watchers, my subscribers are retired or near retirement. Hey, Energy, making sure that I have sound. Please let me know if sound is okay. So anyway, okay, great. Thank you. I appreciate it. So again, now I made an outline. Excuse me. And I'll be referring to it. And hopefully it won't be disruptive anyway, but shoot, this 70-year-old brain, sometimes I need an outline to stay on track. So it's just the way it is. But anyway, I titled this Enjoy Retirement and Explore New Opportunities. I've been thinking about some things, and like I say, a lot of my viewers, subscribers are either retired or they're nearing retirement. And hopefully I can help reassure you that retirement can really be a good time. First, let me explain, and you've probably heard this, and I'll go through it really quick, but you know where I came from. If you've watched my other videos, having a retail store, what happened is we owned our building and we were not sure when the time would come when we'd sell that building. So my wife and I just made a decision to put it up for sale and we'll just wait and see. And over a period of time, somebody just came in and said they wanted it, made us an offer that was right down our alley, what we were looking for. So what we did is we closed the business down and I moved all of those things home to my detached garage. And I'd been selling on eBay for a long time, so it was nothing new. I've been on eBay since '99, and so we just started selling those things off on eBay. But what happened with me, and I've mentioned this before, you could call it retired. We stopped our business, we moved home. My friends say I'm not retired, I'm redirected. But for me, as a lifelong entrepreneur, it was just a natural thing for me. It wasn't a thing where I worked at a company and my 40 years was up and they gave me a watch and shook my hand and said bye. That could probably really be scary for a lot of people. But that was not my life. That's not how, business as an entrepreneur, owning your own business was like. So it was not a big change in that way. But there were some changes that's really important. And I wanted to point out um, in retail, sorry, I've got a little side heater on. I'm going to flip it down. Gets cool down here. So anyway, um, it was we just took everything home and start selling it, like I said, on eBay. But the thing that I noticed a big change in when you're in the retail business, you own your own store. I can tell you that um, a large percentage of your sales for the week was on Saturday. And it was that way the entire time that we were in business. And I mean, for instance, like 50, 60% of your business for the week was on Saturday. Well, what that did was it caused a lot of personal type of issues in that, you know, weddings are held on Saturdays a lot of times, or birthday parties or gatherings of any kind. We had to miss those because we were committed to our business and our livelihood. We knew we had to be there on Saturday. It was a major, major day. So out of 52 weeks in a year, we knew 52 of those days had to be at that store. They had to be. So when we left that store and we moved things home, the big change was all of a sudden we had time. We had a lot of time to do the things that we always wanted to do. So, and I'm going to run through a few of those things. So, to give you an idea. So, on my first point that I put up is retirement opens the door to new opportunities. And that this stage of life brings freedom to explore new interests. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. All of those things that you've been thinking about while you were working at your job, those different ideas that came across your mind, all of a sudden, I mean, you have time to go after and chase after a few of those things and see if it's something that really is attractive to you. Um, So, and I mean, those things you could have been thinking about those for years, and you've always had in the back of your mind to start whatever it might be. And it doesn't matter, you like to have your own gardens in your yard or whatever it could be, your own little few apple trees and having a little apple orchard. Again, whatever. But those have always been in the back of your mind. And now all of a sudden, your life has changed to where, when we built our home, um, it was a place for you to rest, to go home and do the upkeep that you needed to do, and eat your meals and sleep, and then you're right back into work and spending all day in your work. Um, so it wasn't the same appreciation that you get once you retire and you come home and it's your home. You really get to appreciate what you've had. So that's another thing that we noticed, or I noticed, that was happening. So these opportunities that can pop up, they have all different kinds of faces to them. So what I mean by that, they can be creative. Those opportunities, those things that you thought of that you wanted, whatever that you wanted to make, or you wanted to try to take painting classes or whatever, they can be on a creative scale. They can be social. And what I mean by that is you can you can get out in the middle of the day where you would be at work. You have the opportunity to get out. That means that you could um, go volunteer in some way in the community, or just be able to meet up with different people that are having picnics or anniversaries or whatever it is. It can be social that you can get out. Then the other one, and this is the one that I always talk about, they can be income generating. To me, that's my passion. That's the target that I go after because I'm interested in it, and it consumes my day and I like it. So it's just like having a job that you love. If you had a job that you love, you did not mind being there. There's not very many people that have that. That everybody kind of dreads Monday morning or whatever. We didn't have that with our own business. We enjoyed our business, but we knew the more that we paid attention in our business, the business would grow, and it did. And it's the same thing when you're retired. If you're going after that income generating thing, I'll tell you, with the internet today, it's wide open. Back in the day, all those decades of running our own business, we're in an area that's got like four small cities. And that was our complete audience that we had. So that means that all of our advertising went to that area, and yellow page ads, which was crazy expensive, um, all that money was dumped into that area. Well, today the world's open to you for selling or for moving items around. So I mean, your audience is so much bigger, guys, so much bigger. And you don't have to tap a very large percentage at all to create a good income off of that. So I know that a lot of people that are nearing retirement, they kind of worry. Um, some people, not all, some people worry about, are they going to have enough money for retirement, and all those kind of things. Well, those opportunities are out there for sure, and I'll help. There's certain ones that I like to do, and I talk about them. Whether it would be eBay, which I like, and it's a good solid way to make a side hustle income. Then I've talked about print on demand, and I've talked about affiliate marketing. There's just a lot of these different ones that I like, but there's a lot more out there than that. Some of them are digital, some of them are physical. And again, we can talk about all of those things. And if, by the way, if you've got any questions about any of the ones that we've been talking about, throw them in the chat here and I'll see if I can address them. It's a lot easier to address those different questions when we can talk about them versus getting down and trying to type a couple of sentences in a comment section. So anyway, um, but anyway, this what I wanted to mention too, the income generating, this is not about working again. That's not what the income generating side hustle interest or opportunities. It's not about going to work again. It's about enjoying new experiences. And those experiences, they can be all different kinds of things. And also, you don't have to stay with any of them. You can try something. If it works for you, great. If it doesn't work for you, forget it. Let's try something different. But all of these different opportunities and experiences will come. We're in that digital age, and the internet just opened that up wide for us. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that digital part here in a little bit. So this is big too, and I've talked about this on other videos about, you really need to find those opportunities that fit you. What you like, your neighbor may not like, or your brother or sister, doesn't matter. You need to find those things that interest you. The biggest reason for that is if you go after an interest that is near and dear to you, you won't give up on it. And I ask people, they say they don't have any interest or they don't have hobbies. I don't buy that. I ask them, what is it that makes you feel time flies by? What is it that you're doing when you go, oh my goodness, I thought we just started this and it's time to leave or it's time to stop? Those things that make time fly by, you're interested in those. And we just need to learn how we can monetize them. Moving on. Everybody there? Everybody asleep? Okay. So I know I go at a different pace. Excuse me. Sorry. Than some of the other guys. Um, they just go off on tangents all the time. But hey, thanks for the wave. So anyway, I put down, finding those opportunities that fit you. And again, like I mentioned a minute ago, you need to reflect on what brings you joy, not just what pays. Just if you're looking just at the money aspect, you won't stay with it. No one does, unless they're really needing money. Then that's fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. If you're in that situation where you need money, there's some really good ways to turn over dollars quick. And this is another good one about, look for the roles that match your personality and your pace. My pace may not, probably won't be your pace. There's a bunch of different side hustles that I do that I enjoy. So I give them all a little bit of my time. There's not just one. So if you're looking for a slower pace, and I would recommend that you do that. I mean, keep sanity, keep blood pressure down, keep it all. Just find something that works good for you at your pace. That's ideal. Just think about it. When you were working, if you had a job that you loved and you could just do it at your own pace, what that would have been like. Okay. Also, I mentioned a little while ago about they can be creative, social, or income generating. There's another thing too that I have up here that I wanted to make a point of. These opportunities that I'm talking about, they can be occasional, they can be seasonal, or they can be passion driven. So if it's occasional, a good example, I've got a grandson who's in the dog walking slash dog sitting business, and he just does it on occasion. It's not constant. So he's got a lot of different clients set up. But anytime he wants to pull back, he can. But if he wants to take on a dog for dog sitting for a while, he can do that too. So it can be an occasional thing. It can be seasonal. So if you're in retail, in retail, you most people know in retail that the fourth quarter is huge. So you could make it anything that you're doing seasonal. And I'm going to give you, for instance, if you're making an item, um, you can build and work on these items. I'm going to just use woodworking for fun, but it could be anything. And you're preparing for the fourth quarter. So you're just stockpiling, waiting for the sales of the fourth quarter. So it can be a seasonal thing. And then the rest of the year, you just take off or go fishing, go hiking, whatever. I would definitely keep moving. Guys, I just turned 70. I'll tell you what, if you're younger than me, um, it gains on you quickly. So keep moving, keep your mind active. You'll be in a lot better shape for it. So D2 Bone says definitely like to see more future videos and more in-depth information on print on demand. I've got some. I get asked about a lot of different videos of all different kinds, and I try to go by how many requests I'm getting to see what to target these different videos for. And I've already mentioned it, and I'm not going to harp on it, but I'll tell you, the membership is the best way to do it. If you've got several things that you need discussed and so on, it's hard to do it on comments, and there's I'm only can make one or two videos and a live stream per week. I've got these other things that I'm doing, so it's hard to cover all of them, but I do my best, and I hope you appreciate that I'm doing my best with that. um, okay, let's see. It's talking about occasional, seasonal, or passion driven. Passion driven is the ticket, in my opinion. I've known a lot of different people that are entrepreneurs and otherwise who had a passion for something, and it definitely enriched their life. There's no doubt about it. Um, I've known people who have made things for resale. I've known people who do like I do with eBay with the hunt. I love the hunt. I just love it. Hunting out items, learning which items, bolos, what to be on the lookout for, and for resale. I just shipped a fork. I just shipped a fork from my bike shop that I had on a back shelf um, forever. And in fact, I'm not exactly sure how long it had been there. I just sold it $100, and that's fun. Your phone goes off, you hear the cha-ching, and you look and throw it in the box. And by the way, that's something else. People ask me about boxes. I had to make the box for that fork, special box. And I just did a video about listing golf clubs. I'm telling you that golf clubs can be very good. A lot of people shy away from golf clubs because they're afraid they don't know enough about them. That's one. They don't know how to ship them. Well, I'm going to show you. I'm going to do a video on bolos, on which ones to look for, which ones to watch out for. And I've almost started it tonight to do a video on uh, making boxes for your golf club shipments. But anyway, that's definitely coming soon. Um, and then the last thing, as far as the opportunities, occasional, seasonal, and passion driven, I added that the right fit for you feels more like fun than it does work. It doesn't feel like work at all. It's like um, if you get into anything, if you get into playing cards and you get to really enjoy. We used to play Pinochle years ago, and we looked forward to meeting with our friends on Friday nights to play Pinochle. And it was a lot of fun looking forward to that. It's the same way with any kind of a side hustle. If it's something that fits your passion that you really like, you're really looking forward to it, and you're constantly checking your stats to see how well you're doing. So, anyway, next up, um, this one I was thinking when I was writing these things down that everyday talents, they can turn into meaningful opportunities. Now, what do I mean by that? If you have everyone's uh, got different gifts in different ways. There's blessings are absolutely wonderful. But anyway, if um, I have down here like sharing your knowledge or mentoring or tutoring or speaking, just, turning a hobby into a chance to connect with others, those are all opportunities for you to. Now, we're talking about retirement, coming out of the working world and into retirement. Those are all wonderful things in retirement. Those are opportunities for you to look forward to. Um, and then again, I put down on that same meaningful opportunities, selling items that you make or collect, which I'm repeating there. But here's another one too. You can be naturally good at something and your neighbor's not. And your neighbor, they're struggling, needing something, but you're gifted with that item or that issue, whatever it may be. Um, there's an opportunity to go over and help somebody else out. And it just brings fulfillment in your retirement years by doing that, putting yourself out there. Now, the next one up is because uh, I talked to a lot of my age people that say they're afraid of the digital world. Um, that always amazes me. If you're a boomer, baby boomer, think about it. We have seen a lot in our years. A lot. I mean, we remember when color TVs were not color TVs. They went from black and white to color. And dial up telephones and you can go on and on about things that we've seen happen and take place. And we remember when the internet first got its start, and we remember dial up connection to the internet, which was horrible. But we've seen all of these things take place that the younger generations, they haven't even seen yet. And I just want you to think, we've seen it, we've been there. Here's what you need to do. You need to, when you're thinking of the digital world, you need to start thinking it more like a bridge than a wall. When you come up against something and you're thinking it's just stopping you, no, I don't buy that. You can get over the wall. You can still learn. You can still understand and figure things out. And your past, or our past, helps us realize that we need to go away from dialing a phone like this to pushing the button to where you just speak someone's name. You'll learn to do that. That's not a difficult thing. Okay, energy. See you soon. So anyway, you can do it. I'll tell you, you can do it. I trust that you can do this. Um, don't sell yourself short. Just don't do it. I know you can do it. And I hear a lot of people, they just like kind of want to throw their hands up. I can't do that. I'm 70. I'm doing it, and I know you can do it too. Um, so on that digital world line of thinking, online platforms will offer you flexible ways to engage and earn. Absolutely. I mentioned a little while ago, um, with the expansion now of the internet and where we're at today, the opportunities are everywhere. And I do mean everywhere that you can even, and now, and everybody's afraid of AI. Think about it. AI, the cat's out of the bag. You're not putting the cat back in the bag. It's not going to happen. So you better learn how to deal with it. Is it good or bad? Not even going to talk about that. All I'm talking about is it's going to be out there. Um, Microwaves first came about. My mom would not use a microwave. She thought it was going to be something that would explode food or whatever. She refused to operate one for a long time. All of these things, they come about, and AI is an example. Can they be used for good? Yes. Could it be used for bad? Yes. The internet, what you're on here right now, can it be used for good? Yes. Bad? Yes. So you just have to learn to deal with the different things and take advantage of its capability, how it can help your life instead of hurt your life. Another thing is sharing your skills that you have, like through teaching or blogging or creating content. Now, I've shared this before, and I'm going to share it again really quick, but it's a prime example of someone who this guy, he went out of the working world. He was a appliance repairman. I'll do it really quick. Appliance repairman, retired, went home, bored out of his mind, but he loved his job. He loved the appliances. He started a blog, and this blog um, was about appliance repair. And people would come to him and ask him his issue or his problem. And he would answer, he knew what the problem was, and he would answer their question and give them an affiliate link of where to go buy it over on Amazon. So they'd go buy it from Amazon. Now, the guy claims that he made more money off of his blog than he did when he was working. So um, the opportunities are there. You can start a blog. There's all different kinds of things that you can do. Other opportunities, exploring opportunities. I have about joining communities or groups, and I mentioned that a little while ago. It's a perfect way to put yourself out there. Some communities have their garden centers and so on. And I'm going to bring up gardening again here in a little bit. I have a story about someone that capitalized on their gardening, but um, just think of that technology is forming it into a way to help your retirement, help your life, and not deter it. Don't be afraid of it, um, but just go at it at your own pace. You'll do fine. Okay, so next one up here that I have on my points I wanted to talk about um, is turning those opportunities that you will come across into purpose. And what I mean by that, if you choose paths that give you a sense of value and fulfillment, it will enrich your retirement. You'll feel so much better. That extra time that you have, let you breathe, gives you the time for those things that you always wish you could do. Go golf in the middle of the day with a friend, or go fish, or go whatever it might be that you didn't have time for. You had to hurry up, get off work, go home, pick up all the sticks out of your yard and mow your grass. When you're in retirement, you're going to love it. You can smile and just enjoy it. Don't fret over it. If you're afraid of the money aspect of it, and I understand that can concern a lot of people, and I get it, but there are these different side hustles that we talk about that can help that. But you'll also be surprised how little you spend. Most people, not everybody, I'm sure. But when we were going to work, we were spending the gasoline to get to work and to get home, but we were also spending for lunches out and not carrying it all the time. And every time when we on the way home, we any stops we needed to do, you stop at a store and you end up picking up a little bit more things than what you really needed. Um, it's more expensive on all those peripheral things when we were going out to work compared to now. I mean, we'll go on into town when we feel like it, but most time I don't feel like it. But when we do, we're on a mission. We know what we're going after. Um, but that's just something else. Just consider. Um, and I mentioned this a little while ago. All of these different opportunities that you're doing, what those will do, it guys, it keeps you mentally active. A lot of people, and I made a comment about it. The guy that's bored out of his mind, I've made a comment on one of the other videos. The guy doesn't know what to do, so he goes out all the time and he's picking up the sticks in his yard. His yard looks perfect. He mows it, and then he waits for the next 5 or 6 days watching the grass grow so he can go cut it again. These different opportunities I'm talking about, engaging in society, engaging with business and side hustles on all those things, keeps you mentally active. And it also, depending on the side hustle, can keep you physically active too. Now, there are some people that are relegated to a wheelchair or something like that, but there's side hustles out there that you can do there too. It's all online, but there's the possibilities are just endless. But you want to stay busy. If you're retiring and you don't and you turn into a couch potato, you're hurting yourself. You're shortening your life. You're not happy. Um, Guys, get out there, get engaged, find a thing that works for you at your own pace. You decide if money is important or not. But even if it's not important, if you have a side hustle, this side little thing that you do, it's an opportunity to stay engaged, and you can watch the stats of that hustle to see how you're doing and make the changes. All those things keep you mentally active. So anyway, I hope I'm helping somebody here. So anyway, let's see. I found some stories I wanted to share with you, that I found that I thought was interesting. One of them was a teacher, former teacher, who once they retired, they started tutoring part time, just on their own schedule, some kids. And the teacher got into teaching because they loved the idea of teaching kids. And then it turned into a big classroom of craziness and stress and so on. So when she retired, she went into tutoring a few kids on her own pace. Loves it, absolutely loves it. She says she's closer to those students. She knows that they're learning more. Um, because it's more, it's one-on-one and tutoring. But she just found that side passion. She always had that passion, but it had turned into something stressful. And once she retired, she could settle it down to her own pace and loved it. I thought that was a cool story. And then another one that I read about, and I mentioned it earlier about gardens. I want to share that with you. I thought it was kind of funny. Um, this couple, they both retired and they have a community garden. And this community garden, there was a dispute that happened about like who could grow the best gardenias or something. There was a dispute about who could do something better. Well, they got involved with that community garden and they ended up helping other people and talking with other people. And what it ended up turning into was this couple ended up with a beautiful garden in their backyard and started selling their plants, hybrid plants or whatever that they had um, done some of the research to create and turn it into a really lucrative business. So they took their passion of gardening and turned it into something that um, really helped their income a lot. So I thought that one was kind of cool. And then the last one here, the story that I wanted to share was um, these this couple. They retired and they started traveling, and they were traveling and they found out in their travels that the um, bed and breakfast situation was what they really enjoyed. So they would go and they would meet their host and learn about the area. And they traveled all over for a while. And then they talked and they decided that's something that they could do. So, logical progression, they go home, they set up a bed and breakfast. They host these travelers coming through, and they are the tour guides explaining the areas and so on. And they love it. And they're making really good money at doing it. So, again, it was one of those things. They can put it out there when they want to, and they can pull back when they want to. So, just another example of taking advantage of an opportunity. So, So anyway, each one of those ones, they all started small, and each one of the stories that I had read and I just shared with you, they all grew into something that was really fulfilling for them in their retirement. So I don't know if this is really helping or not. Um, I just wanted to share some of my thoughts about retirement. I love it. I mean, I think it's fantastic. I think that you can do it. I believe that you can make it, and it depends on if money's an issue or it's not an issue. But that doesn't have anything to do with that if you should start a side hustle or not. I definitely think you should start a side hustle, everyone. And I also believe, honestly, that you should consider starting your own YouTube channel. YouTube has been really good for me. I'm so thankful for all my subscribers, all my watchers. Um, once you have, and I've talked about this on other videos, once you build an audience, and YouTube's a good way and easier way, actually, I believe, to build an audience, then a lot of the other uh, aspects that I talk about can be put into place. The affiliate marketing and YouTube. Once you hit a certain point, they will pay you a percentage of the ads that you see that runs on the videos. Um, so it just multiplies into several different ways that you can use an audience, and YouTube's just one of those ways. There's other ways, and we've already talked about some like blogs and so on. But anyway, I'm hoping this helps people. I'm going to be signing off fairly soon. If you've got any questions, it'd be a great time to get them up there because I'm going to be cutting out here pretty quick. So let me know. Give me thumbs up. Let me know if this helps. And also, always, comment, and on your comments, tell me the things that you're really interested in the focus where you would like to see me go with the channel, because I'm listening, I'm watching, and I pay attention to it. So does it help everyone? I hope. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So guys, like, subscribe, share to everybody. Turn on the bell for notifications and so on. I'll try to keep them coming. Let me know what you're interested in. I'm going to sign off, get out of here. Thanks for watching. The videos coming up very quick on boxing, golf clubs. I'm going to talk about that. And also, I'm going to do a video very soon on um, the bolos. Be on the lookout on golf clubs. You don't want to miss that. You're going to be surprised. So anyway, have a good evening. Thanks for coming. I really appreciate you. And I'll see you on the next video.